All right, so we've just talked about the three different forms here: the standard form, the expanded form, and the word form of our number 1524. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clear this. If you want to see that work, go back and view lesson 1-1 introduction. For our next part of lesson 1-1, we're going to take another number, and let's take 1,203. Now, what do you notice about my number right away? There is a 0 in it. Little smiley face for our 0 friend there. When we take a look, we already have our standard form here. And in our expanded form, we take a look and have the 1,000, the 200, but what happens to our tens? What happens to this 0 here, our 0 hero? Well, that job of that 0 is to hold that place value. Do we add it? No, we don't. We can skip the 0 and say, let's add the 3. Now we have our expanded form. How would we type that or write that in our word form? We would take a look and say 1,000, and if you remember, after the thousands, between the thousands place and the hundreds place, we need a comma just like in standard form. 1,200. There are 0 tens, so we don't say 0 tens. We again skip over that 0 and we write down the word 3. And so here we have it. 1,000, again the comma, 203. We're naming our hundreds. We're naming our ones. There is no tens, so we don't write that. Let's take a look at another example here. I'm going to be drawing a nice little picture here, and you're going to learn to love my wonderful artistry. But what I'll be drawing here is what's called base 10 blocks. These large cube or squares are called my flats, and they stand for 100, each of them. What we have here is my longs. I usually just draw a straight single line to make it easy. And the long, that stands for 10. And I'll add 2 of those. And if I do little circles or little cubes, those are all worth 1. So if we're looking at our base 10 blocks, what number do we have here if we have 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 4 ones? Could we write that in standard form? Sure. Let's start with our hundreds, then our tens, and finally our ones. And we'll draw a little chart here to help us figure that out. We've got 3 hundreds, 2 tens, and 4 ones. What's our number? You got it, 324. With that 324 in standard form, you can again break it down into expanded form and then again word form. Right now, let's not worry about word form. Let's do expanded form. That would be your 300 plus 20 plus, and I ran out of room there, 4. Let's take a look at the next problem. Again, let's use some of our base 10 blocks. And you're probably counting as I'm doing this. That's a good strategy, especially when I do it in the classroom. Okay, let's look at our hundreds. How many hundreds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600. So we'll start with our 600s. Our next large place value is tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tens. And how many ones do we have? That's right. 7 ones. Let's say our number together. 647. Good job. Alrighty, so you've practiced here the skill of using base 10 blocks, writing numbers and remembering numbers in standard form. And as we read our number in standard form, we were actually speaking it in word form. And to put this whole number together, 647, you counted the 600s. You see it? It's the 4 tens, or 40, and the 7 ones. You were even counting it in expanded form. You've probably been using the strategy and didn't even know it. Good for you.